Okay, welcome to the Love Cafe relaxation session. I hope you can hear me. If not, I will just spend 45 minutes now talking with nobody hearing me, but that's life. So I'll just try and see how it works. This technology is new to me. It's the first time I'm doing it on my computer and not on the app. So I see how that works. But I wanted to give you a better view and also have the chance to see the chat. And yeah, so if you hear, type something in the chat. I'm not sure if I can see it live, if I even logged in the right one. But anyways, let's start this wonderful relaxation session today, and let's just, yeah, start by connecting to our heart. So I invite you to just put one hand on your heart and take a deep breath in and breathe out. And breathe in and out again. And one more time, breathe in and out. Yeah, and welcome to the space. Today is a session for you to relax and unwind and get back into your body, because in our busy, hectic lives, it's not easy to connect to our body. And I feel like in order for our creativity to flow, we need to make space and room for this creativity, because out of the space the inspiration comes. And when we connect with our soul, then our creativity flows by itself. So and I know that it's not easy in our hectic lives to find that space and to sit down and really get comfortable with the unknown of the moment, and also get comfortable with our own thoughts and our own stillness or not stillness. Because oftentimes when we start to sit in stillness, our minds start racing. And then apologize for my cat crying at me, but that's normal and life. So yeah, so when we are connecting with that space in our body as well, the energy can flow freely. And when our mind is still, our body automatically relaxes. And when our body relaxes, our nervous system relaxes, then the natural well of being can start to flow. So I invite you to a little poetry meditation to begin this session. So let's just start breathing together. Close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes and to maybe even lie down or find a comfortable space, and maybe put a hand on your heart and one on your belly if you want to, and just listen to the words. And before I started the session, I pulled a card for you, because Sacred Saturday is all about pulling cards, and I haven't included that in today's post on purpose because I wanted to pull a card for the session, and I pulled the card Light. And I think it's quite fitting as we start to Dive deeper into the darker season here. October is on the steady go, and we're moving towards Samhain and towards November, December. And I feel like the winter is always a challenge to keep our light burning. On the other hand, we are able to shine brighter because in the dark the light gets noticed more, right? So that's what I really like. That if we dare to keep shining, we are even brighter in the winter. So this is your invitation to just keep shining your light, whatever you do to shine your light. So okay, so get comfortable and take a few deep breaths in and out. And breathe in and breathe out. Let the loud voices in your head become quiet. Let them pass by like clouds that are floating across the sky to reveal the light of the bright yellow sun. Effortlessly, she shows up. She doesn't achieve. She doesn't make lists. She just shines because that's who she is. Breathe into your heart and sense the warmth of your inner light as the never-ending burning hearth of love is filling you from inside. Never be afraid to shine too bright. Feel the flame of love igniting your very own soul's passion. What do you burn for? What is nourishing your flame? No need to tame the wildness of your soul. You are always enough, worthy, lovable, and whole. Breathe in the darkness. Embrace the heavy veil. Embrace the heavy veil. Feel the weight on your shoulders. You can never fail life. Where there's light, there's life. Where there's life, there's love. Now put one hand on your heart and breathe. Release the heavy feeling. Drop the struggle. Let your flame get some air. Drop every negative thought, every fear, sadness, and despair. Let them be melted away by the warmth of your own inner light as you relax and breathe calmly and embrace the cozy blanket of dark autumn's night. So breathe in again and breathe out. Take another breath in and breathe out. And I feel autumn is a wonderful metaphor for us diving into the darkness of our soul. And it's funny, I also thought about the word light that I pulled today. And I thought how we always have this light inside of us, and our flame needs to keep burning. And oftentimes it just needs a spark from somebody else in order to reignite our flame again, because the embers are always there. The embers of our passion are always glowing, and sometimes it just needs a little spark. I saw a beautiful video today where somebody depicted two fire lighters in a glass, and he put one fire lighter in a glass and filled it with water, and the water depicted all the trauma, the despair, the moments where they had trouble, and then he took it out of the water and the lighter didn't work anymore. But then when the other lighter borrowed or gave the flame, then the lighter ignited again. So, and I think it's a beautiful picture, and I think that we often underestimate how a spark of us can ignite someone's light and someone's fire. And even when we only have embers inside of us, right? Sometimes an ember sparks, and then sometimes it spills over to the other person, and then they ignite the fire, and then in their igniting the fire, our fire ignites. So I find it really beautiful, and I think fire is such a sacred symbol, and it has such power, and it can also be destructive if it gets out of control, but it also is very important to keep us warm, to warm our food. So there's many uses of fire, and fire rituals are one of my favorites because I think there's just something so freeing in burning something in the fire. And yeah, so poetry can be that spark that ignites creativity, or sometimes a work of art, any piece of art can be a spark that ignites creativity. And I often have the feeling in moments where I feel not really creative, or I feel a little bit stuck, it's always someone else's work that ignites me, and that just gives me a spark of inspiration, and that puts me right back into and connects me right back to soul. So I'd like to yeah, guide you a little bit further into relaxation through another poem of mine from my book Limitless, and it is called Invitation. And I wrote this poem when I sat at a lake and really had some time for myself. So yeah, so take a deep breath in, get comfortable, and just listen to the words. Sit down, relax, and then become still. So still that beyond your heartbeat, you can hear the mice breathing in their morning meditation. So still that you can hear the bugs chewing their breakfast. So still that you can hear the water softening the skin of driftwood. So still that you can hear the trees bowing and the cat bowing their violence of wisdom. So still that you can hear the trees drinking their morning elixir. Relax your gaze. Let your eyes rest and widen your perspective. So wide that you can see the fish breathing. So wide that you can see a bee resting peacefully on the swaying grass, far away in the distance. So wide that you can spot the animals that are perfectly blending with the scenery. So wide that you can see up to the top of the highest tree. So wide that you can see the wind caressing the surface of the water, translating vibration into the rhythm of the earth. Free your nose. Breathe in deeply. So deep that you can smell the composition of nature's very own perfume. So deep that you can scent the luscious greens combined with sweet blossoms of spring, the underlying trace of musty sand perfecting the experience. So deep that you can smell the ointment of the precious well, giving life to animals and plants, casting a powerful spell. Open your mouth and let your tongue taste the delicious flavor of the world's biggest buffet. Savor the honey of every sweet bud, the bitter plants, the spicy poisons, and the healing herbs. Taste life's variety, showing off endless possibilities as the sun molds the exuberance of nourishing plants into liquid gold. Sharpen your sense. Feel the space surrounding your soul, expanding, melting with the spirit of Mother Earth. Feel the soul of nature line her blanket around your heart. From there you start into a new day. From there you will find your wild and peaceful way. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. And check in with yourself. Which of your senses right now are you most aware of? Which is the strongest right now? Do you feel something? Do you hear, taste, smell? And our senses are a beautiful method to connect to the present moment. We do that through our senses. So we can center us that in a way to just name things that we can sense. So if we start with naming 5 things that we can see, maybe you want to do that right now, test it, try it out. Name 5 things that you can see right now. Could be, for me, the fire, the PC, my hand, a book, my cat still crying. I don't know if you hear her. If you do, I'm sorry. If not, it's okay. And 4 things that you can hear. What can you hear right now? Maybe you can hear the sound of your PC or your phone. You can hear my voice. What else can you hear? And 3 things you can touch. What can you feel? You feel maybe your pullover or whatever you're wearing. Maybe you feel the ground underneath you or the seat, wherever you're sitting. And then 2 things that you can smell. And 1 thing that you can taste. And this is a beautiful method, even if we are stressed or in a moment where we don't have much time, to just name these things can bring us back to the present moment, and we soothe our nervous system with that. And what I realized during that poem as well, again, is that the space is so important, whether it's our sight, that we make space for our sight so we can gaze wide and can focus on like the space. The more space we have, the more free our creativity can flow. So when we make space with the sound as well, so if we are clouded with sound, if we are distracted with sound, there's no room for creativity. If we are distracted with what we see, if our room is cluttered, it's hard to find a creative spot where we can begin. If we have too many things in our senses, then it's hard to start. So to really make room for and space for the soul to connect with the inner well is important. So I invite you now to a little writing exercise, and I invite you to, first of all, write down 5 words that you connect with the word light. 5 words that you connect with the word light. And if you have more words, that's okay as well. And just write more. Okay, and now put a hand on your heart and close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath in. And I invite you to feel into your inner light. Can you get a sense of your inner flame? how is it? Is it just maybe you get an image, maybe you get a sound or smell something? How is your inner light? How is your inner flame? Is it burning brightly? Is it a small fire? Is it a candle? Is it ember? How is your inner light? And our just had a thought about how fire needs oxygen to grow, right? So nature is a very big part. Nature and air and space is a very big part of making room for our light. So now try to sense into that flame and see if you can get one word. Can you get one word that arises inside you? Maybe you hear it, maybe you see it, maybe you just know it or feel it. One word that kind of emerges from the depth of your soul as a message from the light of your soul. Okay, then write down that word. And now just let the words flow that are coming afterwards. Just let the words flow. No matter which form it has, if it is an essay, a poem, or whatever, just let the words flow. Just write down what's coming. slowly come to an end. And if you have a question or something you want to share, please feel free to write in the chat. You can always do that. Or if you catch the replay, feel free to leave a comment. And I'm not really sure, I don't think in these lives and Substack you can really share, which is a pity. So that's why I like Zoom calls better, because then in a Zoom call you can actually interact and people can share their poetry. So I might do that as well at some point. Yeah, for now, I just share what I've written. Yeah, that's what I got. And I kind of had these embers in my mind. The embers caught me. So, okay, let's, yeah. It doesn't have a title yet, so see. For me, the title always comes last. I'm very curious about you. Like, do you have first? Well, not always. Sometimes I first have the title and then the poem comes out. Sometimes it's the other way around. It's different. I think the title can kind of work as a spark as well to ignite the embers. So it's very interesting. Okay. In the embers of inspiration, I steer for the spark, igniting creation into the dark. In the deepest forest of blackened night, I open my arms and invite the light. In the womb of the warmth, I breathe the sun, connecting with roots that once had begun to sprout into the world for the eyes to see. When our heart is alive, we are truly free. Yeah, and I just see someone is saying title is last for them. Yes, thank you for sharing. Yeah, I feel that sometimes the title kind of wraps up the poem like a bow on the present, right? And I like that image. That's another poem to have, like, you know, the poetry brings us into the present. It is the present. It brings us into the present. And we can wrap it up as a present. So it's really beautiful. Yeah, and I feel like with that, with a title, we kind of give it the wrapping as well. And then on the other hand, when we open the title, we unwrap the poem. So they're very interesting as well. So maybe that's some inspiration too, to talk about unwrapping and wrapping up, unwrapping. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you're a little bit more relaxed maybe than you were before, and thank you for everyone who joined, and thank you for everyone who's watching the replay. I'm happy that Substack has this beautiful possibility, and I'm curious to see if the tech worked afterwards. And yeah, thank you so much, and I am looking forward to many more of these, and have a beautiful day, and shine your light. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.